NFL Thanksgiving. We're all going to be stuffing our faces and watching football. Well, I'm going to be doing some driving up to Colorado, but once I get there, the betting will commence, and we got some great picks for you today. We're not going to waste any time and jump right into our game picks, followed by some player props. Let's get this kicked off. Don't forget to go follow and check out the college football show. We just made a whole number of picks over there. We'll have more picks for you. Right now, we are just recording for the Thanksgiving picks, meaning Thursday and Friday. So let's get this rolling. I'm going to get us started with the Cowboys. The Giants at the Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys -4. This is my full fade of the Giants. We've been texting about this. Are the Cowboys good? No, but the Giants are atrocious. When you start Tommy DeVito, you are putting up a giant banner outside of your stadium that you're tanking. So, there's no question to me that the Cowboys can handle this. The Cowboys actually won last week. So, give me the Cowboys -4. It's not even close. Nothing to do with the Cowboys being good. It's just
I refuse to bet anything in favor of the Cowboys.
You're gonna hate both of my picks. Betting again, I'm betting really terrible teams today, but I feel really good about them.
So. No, this is just out of pure hatred for the Cowboys.
Because you don't like them. Yeah, I don't care. Cooper Rush is starting. Tommy DeVito full fade for me. What about y'all? What do you have? Or let's go with Stefan. Do you have a game pick for us, right?
Yeah, I do. I'm just curious what your thoughts are on trends. When you as you handicap or as you historical trends that have nothing to do with specific teams. Do you buy into those, or do you kind of it's an interesting data point, but I don't really care?
I buy into them, even though I shouldn't. For example, the Broncos hadn't won in Oakland in 10 years, and then they won last week. That's what you mean by it, right?
Yeah,
totally different teams, but yeah.
Yeah. Mikey?
I think it just depends on the trend.
I got a trend for you.
I will not go to that trend as my key deciding factor, but if I'm leaning one way or the other and need a final tip, then I'll let it go that way.
I just thought this was interesting. On Thanksgiving, favorites are 38-19 against the spread. And favorites of 10 plus points or more on Thanksgiving since 2005 are 9-0. Give me Detroit -10.
Bodes well for all of our picks.
Cowboys, baby, we love it. Yeah, we love every single one of our picks. That's favorable. That is favorable.
This is that 10 plus point. Some of the lines here are 10.5. I did find a 10. The juice is -112, so not bad. Very much within our range. But yeah, give me those 10 favorites of 10 plus points or 9-0 since 2005 on Thanksgiving. That's just a lovely stat. No, Detroit's just playing so well. Chicago is not very good. Yep. I think it's ridiculous that people are talking about, should Caleb Williams, is he a bust? Dude, he might be, but we don't know yet. Let's give the dude some time. Meanwhile, Jared Goff continues to prove me wrong on an annual basis. He is, I know, Eric, you've been talking about how he's good for a while now, and you're not wrong. So he keeps playing well. This passing attack is incredible. Their run game is really good. Even if we do see them kind of just down to Jahmyr Gibbs, that's a lot better than most teams have. So give me Detroit -10. I think this is a pretty boring game. And this way we'll at least be happy with the blowout.
Agree.
I will say Jared Goff is really good, but I refuse to give in to Jared Goff being a top 10 quarterback still.
Top 10 quarterback.
There's not that. I don't know. I could
name
see
10 others.
Back.
Start 10 others right now.
Mention Tommy DeVito.
Tommy DeVito.
Cooper Rush.
All right, you're
Bryce Young.
Oh my gosh, right? Yeah, I can't do this with you guys. He might win a Super Bowl this year. He's not a top 10 quarterback. Anyways, Mike, you're fading the Bears as well.
Let's not forget that he threw 5 picks in a game the other week, and that he also threw for a total of 86 yards, right?
Because only if it was Patrick Mahomes, everyone would be like, see, he just finds ways to win because he's so great.
He's another story to me of Brock Purdy, of where he works really well in the system, but he will not transfer to a different team. But I digress.
And in Detroit.
I'm going to stay in the
He did
same
it in
game.
LA. He's done it on 2 teams. All right.
Yeah.
Bears.
Did he though? You saw what happened in the Super Bowl of that game.
He made it. You can't name 10 other quarterbacks that have made it
did.
to a Super Bowl that are actively playing right now.
TCU made it to the national
is that true?
championship 2 years ago, and it's safe to say that that was not really a game, right?
Eric,
Oh my gosh.
you throw something out there like there's not 10 active quarterbacks that have been in a Super Bowl. Do you know if that's true?
I would
now I
doubt
want to
they are.
now I want to check.
You should go fact check.
Russell
I don't
Wilson.
think there are 10 active quarterbacks that have been in a Super Bowl.
There's no way there's 10 active quarterbacks because Patrick Mahomes is like the like
Right.
50% of the last 6 or whatever. Like, so
Yeah.
Anyways,
and Tom Brady's like another like the between Mahomes and Brady the last like 10 years. That's like most of like that's like half of the quarterbacks. So, anyways,
yeah,
Mike, would you like to
I'll
tell
stay
us
in
about
the
your
same
Bears?
game.
Your Bears under.
Yeah, I'm going to stay with the Bears under 19.5 because the Bears suck. They've been much better since Thomas Brown came in. But even with that, they only scored more than 19 points once in the last 2 games when Caleb Williams has looked better. And it took them 17 points in the fourth quarter to get there. They only had 10 going into the fourth. I just think that Detroit is too good, man. They're going to do what they got to do to hold on to the ball. And when Caleb Williams gets the ball, he's going to be playing the best defense he's played all year. They've only scored 19 points 4 times this season against the Jags, the Panthers, the Rams, and the Titans. So safe to say not exactly the strongest opponents there, and they're still only getting 19 points on the board. So, team total under 19.5, minus 122 there.
Lovely. Yeah, I think we're just all about fading the Bears. I think I talked about that last week. I'm going to go ahead and take the Raiders plus 12.5 at the Chiefs. This is a really bad Raiders team. We saw the Broncos beat up on them. The Chiefs are also just a team that doesn't give a shit about covering anything. They're 4-7 against the spread this season. I think they're very much on cruise control until the playoffs, and I don't think they care about winning games by large amounts. Raiders, I think, are still, they came out pretty fiery against the Broncos. They're not a well-coached team, but they're a passionate team who has some pride, I do believe. I think you'll see them come out flying around against the Chiefs. I just thought plus 12.5 is a lot for a team that doesn't care about covering spreads.
Yeah, I like it. I don't know if I would say Kansas City doesn't care about covering the spread. I would say I don't think Kansas City is Kansas City anymore.
Dang.
I mean,
all right,
dude, it took them a game-winning field goal against Carolina. They had a game-winning field goal against who was it? Denver. It was a 3-point game against Oakland the last time they played them. They basically lost to the Falcons, but lost in the last drive. Like, all of these games are coming down to the final 2 minutes of the game. I just don't think they're near as dominant as they have been previously, especially on the defensive side. I was all over this pick at first, like last week, but then after Gardner Minshew got injured, I was like, oh shit, that means we've got Desmond Ridder, and I have way too much blood in my veins still from Desmond Ridder with the Falcons. But I just heard today that Aiden O'Connell's actually starting again. So I'm all on telling you on this one now that news has come out.
Nice. Yeah, I think that the AFC West also always just plays tough. Doesn't matter.
It's fair.
Doesn't matter. That's just the division. All right, Mike, you got one more pick for us for the last game. I think we've covered all the Thanksgiving games with this pick.
Yeah, give me the Packers -3 at home against the Dolphins. The Dolphins, no question, they have been much better since Tua was there, but they also haven't played the hardest schedule since Tua came back either. They did play the Bills, in which they lost by 3, but then they lost to the Cardinals at home. Then they beat the Rams, which I'm still not ready to say they're a good team, Eric. I know you're a big fan over there, but and they scored 34 points in the next 2. But that was against the Pats and the Raiders. And so I just think Green Bay here is a better team and easily the best team they've played to this point, except for the Bills, since Tua has come back, and they're in Lambeau. So I just don't really see Miami being able to do enough to keep up there with Tyreek's hand, the injury he's been fighting for like the last 4 weeks. He hasn't had a big game since Tua came back. Waddle finally had a big game last week, but Green Bay's defense actually is really good. And I think they are going to do a good job of preventing the explosive plays, and they're just going to have to find ways to score in the red zone. And I just don't think that's going to be enough here. So Green Bay -3.
I'm all over this, man. Packers been blowing people out, and I think Dolphins on a short week got to go up to the frozen tundra. Oof, that's brutal, man. The Dolphins have had a favorable last 3 weeks to get kind of back on track, but I think that ends pretty abruptly this week. All right.
I'm on the Dolphins money line, but not a show pick.
Okay.
I disagree with both of you, which is good for you. You want me to disagree with your NFL picks, I think.
Yeah, we'll have some text conversations about that. Just so I'm fact checking myself on the show, there are only 6 quarterbacks, 7, with Patrick Mahomes, that have currently still playing that have appeared in the Super Bowl. 3 of those are Jimmy Garoppolo, who I don't even know is still active.
Is Mac Jones one of them?
Nope. We got Jimmy Garoppolo, Russell Wilson, and Joe Flacco. So that brings me down to 5 quarterbacks that are better than Jared Goff on that list. And I still am making my argument that he's a top 10 quarterback.
Okay. We can all be wrong sometimes. It's fine.
All right. NFL player props. Mike, is this all you? Is this all you this week, or Stef?
No, I've only got 2. Stef's got 2.
Oh, okay. Let's do it. Jump in, Mike.
Yeah, I'll start on the same game there and take Tua under 241 passing yards. Packers have only given this number up 5 times this season to this point, against much better teams like the Eagles and the Vikings there. But as of late, they've only given up 231 yards to Caleb Williams, 135 yards to your top 10 Jared Goff, and 86 yards to CJ Stroud. While Tua has hit this in his last 2, those were really easy opponents, and he hasn't hit it in his other 3 games since coming back from injury. So just kind of sticking with my same argument for the game. Just give me Tua under 241.
Yep. Wonderful. Again, yeah, probably. I don't know if the weather's supposed to be necessarily terrible in Green Bay, but man, going from Miami to Green Bay and throwing for a bunch of passing yards this time of year that's a tough ask of anyone. Stefan, how about you?
Fading this to a hate that Mike is spewing over here. This nonsense.
Dude, I have Tua on 4 of 6 fantasy teams, so if he does well, I'm not going to be too mad.
Here, I'm not like saying that you're wrong on Tua. I'm just saying that of his 240 yards, 40 and a half of them at least are going to Jonnu Smith. Jonnu has hit this 40 number 4 straight games with 87, 101, 45, and 46. So since Tua has been back, Jonnu's been a huge part of this offense. 40 and a half is not much for Jonnu to need to get here. He's been averaging like 5 catches a game in that span as well. So he's become a huge part of this offense as the season has gone on. And I highly expect this number to be 6, whatever, I'm trying to say, over 40 and a half. Jonnu Smith.
Did you guys see the meme that came out about this week?
Mm-mm.
The meme of the guy walking with his girlfriend, but he's looking behind him at the girl that walks past him.
Yeah.
It was Mike McDaniel walking with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, but looking back at Achane and Jonnu Smith.
That's
and then Tyreek retweeted and said, "I ain't even mad about it."
That's awesome.
That's funny. Speaking of A-Train, Mike,
give me a touchdown for him, man. He's scored in all but 1 games with Tua. And they're going to have to get crafty in the red zone against the good defense here. So I just, again, don't see the big explosive plays happening. So give me Achane to score again this week.
Yeah, man, that dude's awesome. I'm happy to have him on some fantasy teams. All right, Stefan, last pick.
Speaking of people who score a lot of touchdowns, our boy Amon-Ra St. Brown had his 8-game touchdown streak come to an end last week. Well, I think it's time to start a new streak. We've already mentioned how we like this Detroit Lions team quite a bit. Give me Amon-Ra anytime touchdown -125. A little bit of juice, but I think this one comes through maybe even a couple of times. But I'm just going to play the one.
Man, if that comes with the side piece, that's a lot of touchdowns for the Lions. Who's got this Jahmyr Gibbs pick? Did we already?
That's my side piece there, and I'm taking it with the David Montgomery injury news. Coming off a short week with a shoulder injury, we don't know if he's going to be back. Even if he is going to be back, he'll probably be limited to some degree. So, just going to put a half a unit on it. I was also trying to look up what his the first touchdown scorer line was for it, given that he's the one that ruined my side piece last week. But I haven't gotten there yet, so we can continue.
Oh, all right. We'll see if we can throw it on by the time we get back.
Jahmyr Gibbs first is 340 plus 340.
Give me another side piece of a half a unit on that.
Of the plus 340 side pieces of pie of bets. We're gonna eat it all this weekend. All right. You've made it to the part of the show where we run things down with our NFL game picks. I'll get us kicked off. Giants at Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys -4. Give me Raiders plus 12.5 at the Chiefs.
I will take Bears going to the Lions. Give me the Lions -10.
And I will take Dolphins at the Packers. Packers -3 and Bears team total under 19.5.
And y'all got some player props for us.
Yeah, so I'm going to take Amon-Ra St. Brown to score a touchdown in the Detroit-Chicago game. And in that Miami game where the other few of our picks reside, we're going to take Jonnu Smith over 40.5 receiving yards. And then Mikey's got, 2 on this one and then one other one.
I've got Tua going under 241 passing. I've got Devon Achane anytime touchdown. And then I have 2 side pieces of half a unit each. Jahmyr Gibbs 2+ touchdowns at plus 240 and Jahmyr Gibbs first touchdown scorer at plus 340.
Love it. That's how we're going to make money. Go check out the College Football Show. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Smash the like, subscribe, downloads, all of that stuff. We will see y'all later with some more NFL picks.
Peace.